Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Subscribe for honest rugby analysis and insights on the game.
In my view, the most remarkable thing about Richie Mo'unga is not only his return to the All Blacks and his selection to start against the Lions, but the reason he decided to come back. After playing in Japan, Mo'unga gained more experience and matured both as a rugby player and as a person. He does not see that period as a mistake. On the contrary, it gave him a broader perspective and helped him understand what he truly wanted. What impressed me most is that he did not want to live with the question, what if I had tried one more time? I think that is a very admirable way of thinking. In life, sometimes our greatest regret is not failure, but never having dared to try. However, returning does not mean Mo'unga is guaranteed to succeed. At 32, he still has to prove his ability through his current performances. Experience and the past may give him an opportunity, but preparation, form, and adaptability will ultimately determine his value on the field. I also appreciate the way Mo'unga values his years in Japan. It shows that leaving a familiar environment is not necessarily a step backward. Sometimes, stepping away allows us to grow and return as a better version of ourselves.
The moment he sang the national anthem with the All Blacks and realized why he wanted to return was also deeply meaningful. There are some things whose true value we only understand after being away from them. For the fans, I think the story should be viewed fairly. If Mo'unga performs well, he deserves recognition. If he struggles, we should analyze his performance rather than rush to judgment. One match cannot determine the entire value of a player. What I have learned from Mo'unga is not to be afraid of starting again when something truly matters to us. But returning does not mean trying to become the person we were in the past. We should return with everything we have learned along the way. The Mo'unga of today is no longer the same Mo'unga he was several years ago. He has returned with experience from Japan, greater maturity in life, and a new perspective on his career. I do not know how this journey will end. But I respect his decision, because he chose to try one more time rather than live with regret.
We cannot change the past, but what we learn from it can help us move into the future better prepared. That is also what I want to take away from Richie Mo'unga's story, not a promise of victory, but the maturity, gratitude, and courage to pursue something he still believes in.
Thanks for watching. Keep believing, keep growing. Subscribe to Scrum Masters Elite_UK